What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. Today, we got to talk about something that is very terrible for crypto, and we're going to talk about why Bitcoin just took this sharp dive downwards. So, definitely stick around, hit the like button, and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. And also, let me know in the comment section what you want me to go over next, whether it's a crypto project, a news article that just happened, anything inside the crypto space. Let me know, and I'll go over that for you. And also, don't forget to check out the cryptomillionaires.shop site here. It's called cryptomillionaires.shop. If you want to check out any of these merches here, we got the King Bitcoin shirts, we got Meme Coin Millionaire shirts, we got Crypto Millionaires gear over here. We got Bitcoin Maxi Millionaires for the Bitcoin Maxis out there. We got a lot of different merch out here if you want to check that out. So definitely come over here and check out the Crypto Millionaires merch, link in the description. But let's get straight to this because as you can see, Bitcoin took a huge dive downwards. And then look, all these other cryptos also went down a lot too. So what happened? Why did this all go down like this? Why is everything down so much? Right? Well, we got over here, Silvergate Capital will liquidate after crypto collapse wipes out a bank. So yeah, Silvergate Capital is pretty much shutting down. So yeah, Silvergate Capital said Wednesday afternoon it will wind down operations and voluntarily liquidate its bank after a collapse in the crypto market saw billions in deposits leave the bank in recent months. So like billions and billions of people have been exiting out of Silvergate, and this is a really big red flag for crypto. And that's why I keep saying this over and over again. I do believe Bitcoin is going to drop humongously. Like, I believe we might go back down to 18K and possibly even 16K. A lot of people don't want to see that. But with all this stuff happening, I mean, it's kind of hard to not see it happening like that. But over here it says, in light of recent industry and regulatory developments, Silvergate believes that an orderly wind down of bank operations and a voluntary liquidation of the bank is the best path forward. And that's pretty much what they said. Now, they said the bank's wind down and liquidation plan includes full repayment of all deposits. So that's good. They're not just running off with the money. And then they say the company is also considering how best to resolve claims and preserve the residual value of its assets, including its proprietary technology and tax assets. So this is pretty huge. And you can see over here, shares of Silvergate have plummeted more than 42% in after hours trading. So wow, they've been really plummeting huge. The stock opened at $150 per share on the first trading day of last year. So yeah, they haven't even been out for that long, but they have been taking a beating. If we're gonna go ahead and view the quote details, you can see just in the last 24 hours, 27% down. Like this stock is like done. Silvergate is done. And yeah, they're really forfeiting right now, and they're quitting, and they're shutting down. So anyone who put money into that, yeah, y'all are now down. So I feel bad for all of them. But yeah, lots of selling going on here. But let's keep going over this. So it says down here, after the collapse of crypto exchange FTX in late 2022, Silvergate posted nearly $1 billion loss and saw its total deposits from digital assets customers decline to $3.8 million from 11.9 billion, or I mean 3.8 billion to 11.9 billion through its fourth quarter, which that's pretty bad. Like when you have a platform and you're seeing everyone's withdrawing, everyone's taking their money out, everyone's getting out, like that's gonna put you at a bad position because now their debt is gonna now exceed their actual, the actual money that they're making. Now, they say over here, exactly a week ago, the company filed a notice it would delay the filing of its annual report citing business and regulatory challenges, which had caused the company to weigh how much changes might affect its ability to continue as going concern for the 12 months. Hey, at least they didn't go. At least it wasn't another bankruptcy thing, but it's pretty much bankruptcy. I mean, they're liquidating themselves. So, anyways, the notice caused the stock to plummet by more than half last Thursday. Shares fell below $3 in Wednesday's after hours trading. So that's terrible. They said following last week's notice, crypto related firms using the bank, such as Coinbase, Paxos, Galaxy Digital, and others, distanced themselves from Silvergate, hastening further withdrawal. So wow, they're like, all right, we're not even going to deal with Silvergate over here at Coinbase, Paxos, Galaxy Digital. They don't even want to deal with it. But anyways, it says over here, the company suspended the Silvergate Exchange Network (SEN) on Friday afternoon, along with Signature Bank's Signet platform. This is so crazy how these banks can just go under, and not necessarily banks, but it's just, well, I mean, they kind of are, but it's just crazy how these crypto platforms can just go under just like that. Like, it's just crazy. And when you look at it, there has to be some type of regulation. I know people don't want to hear regulation in crypto. There has to be some type of regulation for creators and developers, for the people that are actually bringing these to the forefront. There shouldn't be regulations on like decentralization. We should be allowed to be decentralized. But the second someone wants to become a centralized bank or a centralized exchange or any type of centralized entity, that's when they need to be regulated. And I 100% wholeheartedly agree with that. But DeFi, nah, just let DeFi be. DeFi is the wild, wild west. But anyways, it says over here, Silvergate Bank, a state chartered bank, is jointly regulated by the Federal Reserve and the state of California. So they're regulated by both the Federal Reserve and California. So it's saying over here, its holding company, Silvergate Capital, is also regulated by the Federal Reserve. So they have a bank and then they have a holding company for the bank. So that's what a lot of people do to try to get around taxes. But anyways, California's Department of Financial Protection and Innovation is monitoring the situation, according to a statement from its commissioner, Clothhild, whatever you say that person's name is. Anyways, the department is evaluating compliance with all financial laws. They're pretty much trying to make sure there is no Sam Bankman-Fried activity, no SBF activity. But anyway, citing an unnamed source, Bloomberg's on Tuesday afternoon seen that the Federal Reserve had approved the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation to begin talks with Silvergate to avoid a shutdown. So they're like, no, we want to avoid this. And then the FDIC examiners have been at the business headquarters since last week. The Federal Reserve declined to share comments. So, in connection with the liquidation, Silvergate has hired these guys, Centerview Partners LLC, to act as financial advisors. And okay, at least they're getting legal advisors and stuff to strategically do this, so then people's assets aren't necessarily at 100% risk. But I mean, this is crazy when you look at it. Like, when if a crypto company could just go down like this, like imagine if Binance went down. Like, I think that would shake up crypto. And we already know Binance is having problems with the SEC. Binance is having problems with them, and that's why a lot of people are trying to get out the U.S. when it comes to crypto, because there's just too many regulations. But Silvergate Capital, it wasn't even because regulations that they had to liquidate themselves. It's just because crypto dropped so massively, and because they were kind of tied to SBF and FTX. So this kind of forced their hand into doing this. Now they say over here, Silvergate became a regional bank in 1996, but it wasn't until 2014 that CEO Alan Lane chose for the company to begin servicing crypto clients like the now bankrupt Genesis. So Silvergate starts in 1996. But in 2014, they get the bright idea to let's go ahead and start doing crypto transactions. And this ultimately was their demise. If they never got into crypto, I think Silvergate would still be around and they wouldn't be liquidating themselves. The same thing with Genesis. Because I think these companies, that don't deal with crypto, they're just these bank companies like PayPal, let's say Bank of America, Chase, Silvergate. Let's just say all these different bank companies, they do not need to do crypto. Like, they just want to get in because they're greedy. Let's be completely honest. These banks, they are greedy. They want to be at the forefront of crypto because they know it's the future. But how about y'all just stay in the past? Y'all just keep doing what y'all are doing with the banks. You're doing a good job with the banks. So why don't you just stay with the banks and leave the crypto to this generation? Because see, these banks and stuff, they don't know nothing about crypto. They join crypto thinking they're going to be able to do the same thing as banks, right? They think they're going to be able to get billions, billions, billions of dollars worth of assets, start loaning them out to people, start having people put their money inside their funds, and it's all just going to be crisp, nice, dandy. It does not work like that in crypto. Crypto is the wild, wild west. One day it's up 100%. Next day it's down 1,000%. You cannot do traditional banking with crypto. It just does not work. And these banks are starting to realize that they cannot do it. They need to literally be partnered with an actual blockchain development company. Like, they need to be partnered with an actual company for this to be successful. And also another crypto that we could talk about is Metal, or I think it's called like Metallicus or something like that. But they actually do, blockchain transactions through banks. So it's the Metal over here. So you can check that out if you want. And if you want to know more about it, just look up the YouTube channel Dion Rogers. It's not this Metal blockchain one. It's actually this one right here that says Metal DAO. But look up my brother's channel, Dion Rogers, and you can actually see Metal Pay is actually bridging, the gap between the banks and crypto. So I think there's going to be a lot of these cryptos like this starting out, and this is a hidden gem right here that's probably going to do very well just because of the banks are shutting down. The banks can't handle crypto; they can't handle this, and you got crypto companies like this that can handle that type of stuff. But anyways, this is just crazy. It says over here, Silvergate held $1.8 billion in total assets and $2 billion in assets at the end of its 2018 fourth quarter. By crypto's peak in 2021, its total deposits and assets had risen to 14.3 billion and 16 billion respectively. Following the bankruptcy of crypto exchange FTX, Silvergate's total deposits and assets fell to 6.2 billion and 11.3 billion by the end of last year's fourth quarter. With that drop in deposits, Silvergate's capital relative to its assets shrank by itself. So this is pretty much how they went under. It says over here, this leverage ratio fell from 10.7% in its third quarter to 5.3%, a level of specific concern for banks with regulators having reason to step in for any U.S. bank below 5%. So yeah, I mean they were just over leveraged. They had too much going on. They just couldn't do it. They just over leveraged themselves. But anyway, Silvergate's liquidation raises further questions about whether U.S. banks will shy away from the digital asset industry, constraining access for crypto firms. This is just crazy. I mean, this is definitely going to be hard on the crypto industry. Honestly, what I think the crypto industry needs to do, they need to create they need to just start having crypto banks, like specific crypto banks. Like these large banks need to stop getting into crypto. Yes, they can work with crypto companies, but they don't need to be doing crypto themselves. They don't need to be owning all this crypto themselves. They don't need to be leveraging crypto themselves. It's just that they're so greedy that they want to leverage bunch of money on crypto. They want to leverage billions of dollars because they just want more money. And like you can see, look at the little smiles on their face here at Silvergate. Like they're just like, yes, yes, we're making so much money. We're making so much money. But it's the greed that ultimately happens with all these different companies like this. They want to scale too far. Imagine if Silvergate never passed the $1 billion threshold for being leveraged. Imagine if they just held customers' assets like that, but they never over leveraged themselves. They always had money on hand to back their customers. Like if they operated like that and they didn't just try to over leverage billions and billions of dollars just because crypto's going up, they would be doing much better. And anyone who's well versed in crypto knows when you get in crypto, it's not a one stop shop to the moon. Like you go to the moon and then you're going back down to earth and then you're going down to the depths of hell. And then you're coming back down up to earth, right? And then you're going back up to space and now you're going back to the moon and now you're going to Mars. You might even hit Neptune, but before you know it, you're going to leave the galaxy and now you're probably going to go back down to earth, right? That's how crypto operates. Crypto doesn't just go up all the way. It doesn't just go down all the way. It fluctuates massively. But anyways, let me know what you all think about this. This is definitely crazy. It's causing Bitcoin to crash. It's causing all other cryptos to crash. And then we also have over here on the 10th, the unemployment rate for the US is going to be coming out. So that's tomorrow. That's going to be interesting to see. Inflation rate and core inflation rate on the 14th of March. And then over here, the retail sales and the PPI on the 15th. So we got a lot coming out for the financial markets soon. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. So definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, definitely check out the cryptomillionaires.shop merch website. So we have cryptomillionaires.shop up and live right now. This is my website. I designed all these clothing and accessories here. So definitely check it out. It will help out the channel a lot if you all cop some of this merch. I don't have many sponsors out there. So if you want to sponsor the channel here, you can go ahead and buy some merch and that'll be a tangible sponsor there. So if you want to come in here and get some of these merch sponsors here, definitely go ahead and get some of these merch. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. As always, I'll be back with another video.